Hello everyone, thank you for joining us today for a very special presentation about a partnership that's been years in the making. I'm so excited to be a part of this. My name is Tony Gunn, I'm with MTDCNC, and as you can see from these incredible people in front of me, I have John, I have Rob, I have Greg, I have Dave, and I have Jamie. They're each going to introduce who they are and the significance of the products we're going to talk about today. And with that being said, John, I know we're excited to get this thing moving, my friend.
Great. Yeah, John Joseph. I'm CEO and co-founder at Datanomix.
Rob Caron, CEO and founder of Caron Engineering.
Greg McHale, CTO and co-founder of Datanomix.
Dave Gabinelli, Director of Processing Planning at DFF Corporation.
Jamie Bell, Vice President of Operations at Nickel Precision Group.
Incredible people. I appreciate all that. Now, John, let's talk a little bit about what this partnership includes.
Yeah, so today we just announced the partnership between Caron and Datanomix. Our objective is to integrate the Caron Engineering data set into the Datanomix products. We're going to hear more about that from Greg in just a couple of minutes. We're also going to market with Caron. They have a significant group of integrators in the U.S. market that we'll be working with and training and enabling to sell and support and install our product. So we're really excited about that. Most importantly, the fact that Rob has agreed to be our partner is an honor because I think he's got 30 to 40 years of experience and excellence in the CNC machining industry, a highly respected individual, and both Greg and I are honored that he chose to partner with Datanomix. So we're very pleased with that. We're going to talk more about the specifics on the products in just a couple of minutes.
Absolutely beautiful. Yeah, well said. And if you want to pass the mic on over to Rob, we'll talk a little bit about Caron Engineering's technology.
Well, Caron Engineering's been in the technology of tool monitoring, adaptive control, and part measurement for many, many years. The relationship with Datanomix allows us now to give our customers a new advantage in handling the data and passing it through their entire system. Their new dashboards will really give you a good broad view of all of our products working out on the shop floor across all the machines. One of the biggest advantages coming down the road will be, applying machine learning and new analytics to all of our products that are on many different machines and finding the anomalies and the problems out in the shop that just aren't viewable today. So we're really excited about this whole relationship and looking forward to the future. Greg?
Yeah, thank you, Rob. So from a product standpoint, we're very excited about the integration with Caron Engineering for a variety of reasons. Our core focus is production monitoring as a company today. So we connect up directly to CNC machines. We learn how processes are performing. We identify opportunities to increase productivity, increase throughput, increase efficiency. Caron's excellence lies in fine-grained sensor data collection, closed-loop control, and really opens up a whole new world of data for us as a company that allows us to bring some additional capabilities to our customers. Number one, better insight into machine health, predictive failure, which is a major topic for folks in the manufacturing industry today. And through this integration, we will be making available machine health capabilities that are powered by Caron Engineering's technology. Number two is tool life, tool health, another very hot topic, major cost driver in most of the products that folks are building. And so getting insight using, again, Caron's high fidelity data, insights into how those tools are being used, how they're being worn, predicting failures, another major opportunity to help drive cost and efficiency for manufacturers. And then third, as Rob alluded to, when we have these data sets combined, the Datanomix data sets and the Caron data sets, our engineering teams are collectively salivating over the machine learning and advanced analytics opportunities that exist and what that's going to do to transform how much automated information and process insight that manufacturers can get from these combined data streams. So we are very much looking forward to the continued development of this partnership with Rob and his team.
Ah, beautiful. So we know the technology here with Datanomix and Caron Engineering. We know the significance of what you guys can do and the importance of what coming together means for customers. But it's always so important to hear the customer's perspective as well. And you have two guys here, amazing companies, and I've actually had the opportunity to visit, talk with some of the machines going on. So Dave, we'll start with you. Over at DFF, incredible setup you guys have there. Automation, the lights out running, and you've been utilizing Datanomix for a long time. And I understand that you were brought in to kind of change the culture of what's going on there, utilizing Datanomix. What has it done for you guys at DFF?
Well, Datanomix has actually given us the ability not only to see live time historical data, but also the ability to analyze how our machines are performing, how our jobs are going, how our capabilities are, how our capacity is, and basically boils it all up into this virtual world where all of my supervisors can monitor their departments without even having to leave the office if they don't need to. As soon as they get a red flag on something, they're flying out to the floor, allowing them to be able to reduce the amount of downtime that we have. And again, if we're not cutting chips, we're not making money, so the quicker we can get out to the floor to be able to look into situations and analyze stuff, the better we are off all along.
100%. And based on what you said and knowing that I've been into your facility, you have production that runs all the time. And this information, being able to walk in the morning and get your job started right away, I would imagine is incredibly important, right?
Oh, absolutely. And some of the stuff, it's not even walking in the morning. It's been going the night before because half of our shop is 24/7. And those machines have to continuously go. I mean, there's times on the weekend I'm going in on my computer at home looking to see how things are going. The comfort level that I have just being able to look into that information and being able to understand that everything's under control while I'm not there is a huge relief off of my shoulders.
Yeah, perfectly said. And we'll get a little bit more into that probably in the Q&A from the audiences here today. But if you want to pass that mic over to Jamie, we'll do a little bit of talking about what's going on here. And my good buddy Jamie here with Nickel Precision. You guys run a lot of lights out as well, and that's your kind of your go-to. You have pallet machines that are able to run constantly throughout the night, and you have actually utilized Caron Engineering for many years, as well as recently implementing the Datanomix software also. How have you seen the benefits of the combined sophistication moving in to Nickel?
Well, Caron Engineering's TMAC system has helped us run our some of our 5-axis machine parts more efficiently because of their adaptive feed rates. Allows us to eliminate or reduce air cut times. It also lets us monitor our tools on an unattended basis and trigger redundant tooling when needed without, if tool life management isn't quite set perfectly, through horsepower monitoring.
Yeah, it makes sense. And for those of you out here watching who don't know what TMAC is, even though most of you do, you've been doing it for a long time, Rob, it allows the system itself to kind of get your best feed rates and RPM and everything that goes into the material that's being run and kind of overrides the machine. And if you're running throughout the night and you want that part to be perfect and you want your tool life to be perfect and you want that finish to be perfect, and then incorporating that into the Datanomix software and combining that information, that's where you've seen some of the benefits coming in, right?
Right. Well, through Datanomix, it allows us to go back and look at OEE and what our throughput is on things that we expect to run manned, and lets us, rather than doing an after-action effort, in real time go out and find out how come the spindle efficiency is off on this, and what can we change about inspection or part handling or part loading that increases the OEE and makes it a more efficient operation. It also helps us go back and do some after actions for off shifts when we weren't there to see what happened, to reconstruct what happened through alarm monitoring and actual time intervals on some of the data that they put out.
And I know that you make parts that have extremely tight tolerances, but it's also in material that kind of fluctuates with temperature, right? Has this technology combined helped you with that process as well?
Honestly, that part of it hasn't taken effect yet, and I'm hoping that the the efforts of these two companies together will all put out products that will help us be able to run the high complexity parts that we run in a more unattended basis, more easily.
I think ultimately that's the goal, right? When we're talking about the skills gap that's around right now and what we're all trying to accomplish. I know DFF has gone from approximately 160 employees to double that over the last year based on the growth. We know when we're running lights out production through these pallet change systems, through these robotic operations, by combination of the Caron Engineering and the Datanomix software, it allows us to be more confident and comfortable as we're pursuing these not dreams, but realities at this point of creating a perfect part at the end of the day and running 24 hours instead of, just that 8-hour shift, or running 3 shifts, right? So are there any questions out there from any of you guys that you'd like to ask any of these amazing folks on the panel right now? Awesome. Well, then it's my turn, which I love. So if it's okay, Greg, I'd like for you to talk a little bit more about the software itself and some of the advancements that you and I have talked about moving into the future of Datanomix and how this is going to help not just these 2 incredible companies, but everyone else out there.
Sure. So, specifically when it comes to our partnership with Caron Engineering, the first chapter of that partnership is that we have fully integrated TMAC data into the Datanomix platform. So if we are connected to a machine that is also a TMAC-enabled machine, then all the TMAC status, alarms, tool life, bearing health, and path data is available inside of the Datanomix platform. So, whichever machines are out there that are TMAC-enabled, when you are in your Datanomix interface, there's a nice branded Caron Engineering icon letting you know that that's a Caron-enabled machine, a TMAC-enabled machine. You can click into that and see all that status information right there in the Datanomix platform. The second chapter of the partnership revolves around the machine health capability that I was referring to earlier. So through both a combination of the TMAC system and the Detect It system, Caron Engineering provides excellent insight into spindle health, bearing health, predictive tool failure, things of that nature. And that's where the combined data streams with us looking at things at the program level, the part level, having the high fidelity sensor data and the algorithms and the analytics that Caron Engineering already applies, and combining those efforts then yields that predictive machine, predictive tool capability right into the Datanomix platform. Chapter 3 is the one that we're not ready to fully talk about yet, where some of the machine learning and advanced analytics capabilities come in, but like I said, our engineering teams are salivating over what's happening there.
I'm salivating as well, which is why I asked the question. So we've talked a little bit about the Detect system, but if you could pass the mic over to Rob, I'd like to talk a little bit more about the AutoComp and the RFID stuff that you guys do, because I know for sure that AutoComp, when it's connected to the robotics, will be a fantastic implementation into these companies as well, because now we're not just reading the data that's coming from the part and changing the speeds, feeds, getting the better finishes, longer tool life, the rigidity that needs to go along with it. However, we can now make any changes within the software as well, but I'm not going to pretend to be the expert. That's you. So if you wouldn't mind sharing a little bit more of that.
Yeah, so we've kind of been talking about our TMAC and Detect It systems, which are real-time monitoring systems happening while the cutting's in place. But we also have products that are monitoring both the input, which is the tooling going into the machine, looking at the length and diameter and some of the other diagnostics features of a tool. And then we also have a product called AutoComp, which takes the measured data after the part's been cut and will automatically adjust the machine tool. So now when you start incorporating all that data, you're really looking at the whole process from the time the tool goes into the machine, what level it was, what length it was, what diameter it was, how did it cut using our real-time data, and then finally, what did the part look like when it came out of the machine? And when we start looking at applying more advanced analytics and machine learning, all these parameters and all these data items will be required to give the customer a really good report and basically find things that are happening without actually having to look at graphs and screens.
So I'm going to let John close this out. If you have any closing comments that you'd like to add to everyone who's watching right now, everyone who's in the room paying attention as well, anything that you'd like to add to close this out would be amazing.
Yeah, we're very honored to be in a partnership with Rob and his team. Great group of people, great products, highly respected products. And is that you?
I think so.
That's great. I feel like I'm in downtown Japan. But what I would say is that when Greg and I started our company 4 years ago, we kind of landed with some fantastic customers that helped us along this journey. And we saw that the understanding production and production monitoring and production intelligence was the key to getting into the factory and giving people value with contextual insights that they could actually act upon. What we've learned through the partnership with Rob and his team is that not only are we monitoring their machines, but we're monitoring their tools, and we're giving them this seamless experience of everything from the tool to the entire factory of information that contextualizes it and puts them into action-oriented mode. identify those things that are critical barriers to meeting production goals and go fix them. Get more productivity out of your machines, get more productivity out of your people. That's what works in the customers that we've installed in. 2 of them are here. 2 excellent examples of bright shining stars in the machining industry, a very healthy industry on a huge upsurge in growth. Everybody has machine orders out there. Lead times are getting extended. It's healthy. It's a great time to be in manufacturing in the United States.
100% agree, and really a great way to close this out. On behalf of MTD and on behalf of myself, this partnership makes all the sense in the world. I am personally so excited to see it. I'd also like to thank both of you for coming on camera and sharing your story about these products as well. I know those testimonials mean the world to the viewers who are trying to figure out if this is the step that they want to make. So knowing that 2 incredible companies and people like yourselves advocate for these guys, it's absolutely perfect. Thank you all for watching. We hope you've learned something today. And if there's any future questions, you can reach out to any of these guys at any time, and I'm sure they'll be happy to answer any questions for you.